Okay, my name is Neil Hadfield. I'm the course leader for illustration and animation here at Hereford College of Arts. And with me today are an ex-student, a graduate student, Amy Phipps, who we've invited in for this interview, and a first-year student, Naomi. And so we're going to I'm just going to ask them a few questions, and we'll see how we go. And the first question is to tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up, and what were your interests as a younger person, the formative years?
I grew up in a small town in Shropshire called Bridgnorth. Very small, not a lot of creative things around. A lot of people were very focused on just getting out of the town, really. There wasn't, and by any means necessary. It is a lovely place, obviously, but I went to a very small school, sixth form. There's probably only about 30-40 people in my sixth form, and of that there was 3 of us on my art course, my A level. So yeah, there wasn't really a lot of creative out there.
Did you like to draw and paint and things like that?
Yeah, I did, and it was really nice actually, because although there was only 3 of us, it meant I got all that space to myself, and it was really nice for me to be able to play around and mess around. Exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Naomi? Where were you brought up?
I was brought up in Coventry in the West Midlands, and I grew up in a very big family. All of my family are very creative in the way that my mum loves to bake, and my sisters love to draw just like I do. Even my younger brothers would sit at the table with me at home and just look at whatever I was doing and try and mimic me and copy me, and it was great.
Did they sort of look up to you as being good at art?
He's always sending me work that he does on on Messenger and stuff, and it's like, what do you think of my art? Look at what I've been doing at school. So my family are very creative. Coventry is quite a industrial place, so you don't really see as many creative things happening around there, but recently they've got a bit more creative. But I wanted to really do something that helped my creativity to develop and just shine through, and I think Hereford is definitely the place to be for that.
No, that's great, yeah. So we've talked a little bit about this already, you mentioned it, but what are your passions now, and Amy, what is the thing that sort of drives you in your your work, perhaps?
Family's really supportive of me, and that obviously gives me a lot of passion to carry on doing what I want to do.
So I need to change a little bit now and ask you about how did you first hear about HCA, Amy? Thinking back.
So yeah, like I said before, I went to quite a small sixth form. Not a lot of people in that sixth form did a lot of creative stuff. It was a lot of people doing English, or that was obviously creative, but like maths and just all the basic core subjects. I remember being in sixth form and asking my head of sixth form, like, oh, do you know anywhere that I should apply? And they just didn't know what to say. So I was kind of left to kind of research myself, and I found out about Hereford through UCAS, and applied because I thought that the course looked really good for me. I think being a small place, it really appealed to me. And I remember telling my A-level teacher that I'd applied there, and she said, oh, Hereford's really on the rise, like that's meant to be a really good course actually. Definitely go and have a look and see what you think. And the first time I came here was for my interview.
Right.
And after that it just felt right. So that's like the first way I found out about HCA, and yeah, never looked back.
And what about you, Naomi?
I heard about HCA from my partner, who's a blacksmith in his 3rd year now, and I remember he used to take me around college when I'd come and visit him, and sometimes I'd sit in his visiting teacher talks, and we'd see what sort of things he'd get up to, and I'd find it really interesting. And I remember him taking me up to the illustration room and showing me all of the work that people have been doing who are currently there. And I remember just being in awe of it and thinking how much I would love to do something like that. And as soon as you step into HCA, you feel like you just stepped into your home. You feel so welcomed by everything, and you see all the art, and it just fills you with such happiness and joy because you just feel like that's the place that you should be. It just feels like, yeah, this is it.
And it's not let you down so far?
Oh no, definitely not. It's got a lot better than what I expected.
Even better?
Like, even better than what I thought. So, congratulations.
Thanks for that. So maybe a little bit more specifically, what were your experiences of the course, Amy? And we talked about this before, didn't we? There's some of the live briefs that you did, I think.
Yeah, there was a lot of, there's always options, so many things you can do. Obviously, the things that come with the course, we're always left to explore and try new things and encouraged to try new things and explore. But then obviously on the side of that, you always get the incorporation of live briefs, which is really nice, you know, because you get a more, almost like a commercial side of it as well, like working for other people and working alongside other creatives in like a pretty like serious role almost, like working with Hay Festival and the CMYK Festival was really nice, creating things for them, going alongside a brief that someone else had provided and working in contact with them and, you know, developing ideas, bouncing ideas off of each other is really nice, and like bringing something to life that someone else is like kind of giving you is really, really nice thing to be able to do.
So the next question is, what is your experience of Hereford as a city? And I guess that's going to be quite different because you've lived here for 3 or 4 years and you've only just arrived, haven't you, now? So maybe Amy first, what was your experience of Hereford as a city?
Yeah, so like I said, the first time I came to Hereford ever, I was just for my interview, and even then I actually didn't go into the town. I just like did my interview. I think my dad took me to Pizza Hut after, and then we went home. So I kind of moved here on a limb really, like just turned up and got to explore from like the day I started. But it was really lovely. I think Hereford is such a nice area to live in when you're at uni because everything's within walking distance for a start. If you want to pop into town for the weekend, you can just walk in. It's easy peasy. And the train station's right there if you wanted to go somewhere bigger.
And what about you, Naomi? I mean, your situation is quite different, isn't it? Because we've been in lockdown, but the college, the university has remained open and as normal as possible. We've tried hard to do that. What's your experience of Hereford been?
So Corona's obviously been here since I started college. The way that the college has responded to dealing with the outbreak and dealing with the virus has been really positive. Like they make sure that we're all social distancing, that we've always got hand sanitizers and cleaning wipes to wipe down anything that we touch. Thankfully, a lot of the lessons we've been able to actually come into college do, which means that we're still able to get the same sort of experience and use the different resources that are available to us, which you can't do when you're doing a video call. So I think that's one of the things that I've really appreciated about being able to start off the course on a real strong point and be able to use all the things that they have available.
So next, do you have any advice or top tips for people considering studying and working in the arts generally, not just at HCA, but generally in the arts area? What would you recommend, Amy?
Explore.
Really
explore.
Your subject area?
Not just your subject area, everything you want to try. Like, you know, here there's so many facilities that I wish that I'd tried when I was here that I didn't.
So that kind of brings us to the end. There is a little bit here. Do you have an Instagram handle that people could look up your work? Would you like to tell us what it is?
It's AIM Illustrates, that's spelled AME, and then Illustrates. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What about you, Naomi?
My one's Henka Doodles, which is HENKA and then Doodles.
Okay, cool. And we have one for the course. We have two for one for animation as well, but the main one is hca.illustration.ba, and we try and put things up there which gives you a flavour of the sort of things we get up to. So it's not too serious. It's got work on there, but it's also got a bit of it features students' work and other things that we've been doing as well. So it's worth checking out the backstory there. Okay, I think that's it. I think we've come to the end. But can I just say thank you, Amy, thank you, Naomi, for taking the time to do this interview, and thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you found it of interest. Thank you very much.